PowerDirector made simple. PowerDirector includes quite a few built-in feature items that some users may actually use only once or twice in actual video productions, or maybe just to play around with to see what they can do, but quite a few more users find these features just fluff added to the program so that the advertising can make the product look good. Today we're going to take a look at one of those features, AI sky replacement, that needs to be run from within the program. To my knowledge, it was first introduced in version 20 sometime in the year 2021, but I don't think it had the letters AI tacked on the front. I think that first happened with version 22, the current release, maybe to make it sound more modern and up to date. Not much new has been added to it, but maybe, just maybe, the code was cleaned up and made more efficient. So let's see how the AI sky replacement works. First, some requirements for sky replacement. Number 1, it only works on videos. It will not replace the sky on a stationary image. Number 2, you need to have a video that shows a clear skyline, preferably without objects sticking up into the view of the sky, such as trees or tall buildings in the background. And number 3, avoid videos that pan to the left or right. Otherwise, the new sky template may tend to repeat itself, and you'll end up with double patterns of clouds or even two suns in your video. I have these video files in my media library and pre-positioned on the timeline. All of these individual clips were cut out of one long original video file. The reason that you see two of the same tracks is because PowerDirector will modify the selected clip that is on track 1, but I can still keep the original clip on track 2 for comparison purposes. Let's hit play to see what the original looks like. What we have here is Waimea Bay in Oahu with high surf on a sunny day. It has a nicely defined uniform horizon. Because of the high surf, I'm going to change the video to make it look like I'm about to get hit with a hurricane. Make sure the clip is selected and then click on Edit just above the timeline. Click on Video at the top, then click on Tools. Scroll all the way down to AI Sky Replacement at the bottom. Let's click on the little information icon just to the right. We can close that information window and then click on AI Sky Replacement. The AI Sky Replacement window opens, and all you have to do is follow the 4 easy steps. Step number 1, select the source video. You can import one from your own hard drive, media library, or use the one currently selected on the timeline, which shows in the preview window. Step number 2, select a sky to replace the one in the source video. Now this is where things get very interesting. PowerDirector provides about 68 sample sky images. You can also import your own by clicking the button on the bottom left. Since this clip was obviously taken in the daytime, any of the night templates just won't look right. Let's try one of the cloudy or stormy looking templates. Unfortunately, Cyberlink does not name or number these, but I'm going to choose what I would call number 10 in the list. Now, step number 3, preview the results and adjust the results in a frame-by-frame preview only. Now be aware that only one frame of the video clip has been modified so far. If you advance the playhead without releasing the mouse button, you should notice that the clip is still displaying the original sky. Once you release the mouse button, it will take a second or two for the new frame to be generated and displayed. There is no play button. You can only advance the playhead one frame at a time, and it will then be generated. So let's regenerate the clouds in the first frame so that we might want to make some changes to the settings. Now here are the controls and settings available listed underneath the preview window. First is feather. It refers to how PowerDirector sets the transition between the new sky and other objects in the video. If I move all the way to 100, it tends to disturb the sharp skyline we had. If I move it to 0, we see a very sharp dividing line. This feather effect really comes into play when there are objects sticking into the skyline, such as trees or buildings. We have none of those, so I'll set the feather at -90 just to make it look like a storm disturbance on the horizon of the ocean. Land ambient controls the colors of the foreground land, which in this case includes the ocean. With the slider more to the left, then the colors tend to remain original. If moved more to the right, then the new sky colors tend to influence the land colors. Experiment to see what you like. It will look different with every template that you choose. I'll set the land ambient to 80, trying to keep the breaking waves bright in color. Sky fade will change the opacity of the new sky. At higher values, any objects in the original sky, such as clouds, will begin to become visible. So why didn't Cyberlink just call it what it is, new sky opacity level, instead of the ambiguous sky fade? I'll set it to about 0. Position X will adjust the new sky template along the X-axis. Note that if both the new sky and the video resolution are the same horizontal resolution, then this control will be grayed out. Some movement along the X-axis will become available when the scale or zoom is increased above the default value, as we'll see in just a moment. Position Y will adjust the new sky template along the Y-axis. Because the horizon of your video may vary, sometimes the new template looks better if raised up or down to avoid having large clouds right on the horizon level. I'll set mine at 0.9, where I get more of the dark clouds. This now looks like a serious storm moving in, thus the reason for the high waves. Now, scale controls the zoom of the new sky template. I'll set this at 1.3. And because I have zoomed in, the X position now allows me to move sideways on the template if desired. This one is just a matter of looking at different areas of the template on either the left or the right. I'll leave the position X at 0. And finally, step 4, create a new video. When satisfied with the settings, click on Transform Video. This transformation process will take some horsepower, with most of the work being done by the CPU to create and write each new frame of the video clip. When done, we are back in PowerDirector, where we can now play the modified video in the preview window. And that's all there is to creating a new sky for your videos. Try it out and experiment around, especially on any video with objects sticking up into the skyline. That's when you'll probably experience some disappointment. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.